Hello folks, just not really a layout update, but just something I wanted to record and maybe we'll throw it up there. We had an issue. We were running a consist with an Intermountain ES44 and an Athearn Genesis SD70M-2, and they were running pretty good. The layout's running nice, and all of a sudden we started getting shorts. The booster kept kicking out. And we isolated it, we separated the two engines because they weren't running over any switches. All the track work, there's been no real new track work in the immediate recent past, so it wasn't a forgotten gap or a frog or anything like that. Other locomotives were running fine. We isolated it, and it turns out this Intermountain engine was, as soon as you turn the throttle up to run, it would cause a short. I took the body off on the layout itself and saw what I thought was some flashing down at the end of the locomotive on the motor. Now, of course, it was all assembled, so it looked kind of like in here. I thought I saw some flashing, which to me didn't seem to be correct. So eventually, took it back to the workbench here, and as you can see, I have the whole darn thing torn apart. Because what I wanted to do, because I didn't see anything inside. There was no small pieces of wire. Nothing seemed to be causing a short. So what I did, because before I put this thing back together, I obviously want to, not put it all a bit back together, because getting it apart is quite a feat. You can see I have it down the frame. I had to take the skirts and the fuel tank off to get to the motor mount screws to get the motor out, and take everything apart, which I so far have not broken anything. There's the frame with the handrails. So hopefully I don't break it putting them back together again. But just wanted to show what I did do was to actually try to run it. It's sitting here on my workbench, and I have my handy dandy easy DCC wireless throttle, and I actually ran power over from there. Alright, there's the actual power. I ran it over from the layout because I don't have the branch line powered up yet in here to the truck pickups, and it works, because here's I'll take it off of mute and I'll start the throttle. And it's flashing, so I don't know what that means. It didn't do that before. You can see that the motor is running, and it's not causing a short. There's the lights, so I can actually get this. Oh, there goes the slope. Sorry it's so loud. There goes the sound of some variety. Now it's back down at 0 speed. Directionally, I'll get the lights to change, or I can and if I turn the ditch lights off, so everything seems to work okay. So, and again, if I crank the throttle up, I'll go ahead and mute it. But see, the motor is running. It's not shorting out. It's humming away. I don't know if you can see it. Every now and then I do see some kind of like a little flash inside this. One end of the motor has like a little translucent cover on it. Yep, see that? I just saw a flash. Now, is that right, wrong? I don't know. I did send a note to Intermountain, because I'm not sure if I want to put it all back together. I might just set it aside and see if they get back to me. Like I said, I have the throttle set for 128 speed steps, so if I slow her down, okay, it'll stop, and I can change direction and crank her up again. take up to 64, which is, you know, roughly about half. Oh no, it was set to 32, so that's cranking there at full speed then. It didn't save that, so it's at 32 speed steps, so it seems to be okay. So I'll go to 16, which is, you know, for about half. One thing I did notice was on this side, and I apologize, this is all handheld, it's hard to see, but the red wire, which is actually the bottom wire because the motor is actually sitting upside down, when it sits on the frame, it looks like it would sit real hard against one side of the frame when it's in there. So I'll probably, if I do decide to put it back together, all it had on it was this little tiny piece of felt and a piece of almost like packing tape. I'll probably wrap it with electrical or some Kapton tape that I do have if I do decide to put it back together. Also notice the man, there's an awful lot of grease in these things. A little bit of reading, and it seems that that's a common complaint. But man, I cleaned them out a little bit. But man, those things were packed full of grease. It was literally coming out the top and kind of oozing out the sides and everything. So I don't know if anyone else has had this issue. If anyone has and can elaborate on it, please let me know. Please comment. But like I said, it seems to be working okay. I mean, it's not causing a short. It's running. The decoder seems to be working. I didn't see anything on the decoder. Nothing looked like it was fried. Nothing burned on the decoder. And like I said, if I do F0, I'll get the lights to work and get the ditch lights to work and everything. So I mean, it seems to me everything's working okay. The sound works. If I unmute it, it might be a little bit loud. So I'm going to mute it because that's really annoying. Again, it is quite a bit taking this apart. I sure hope I get it back together again, right? But again, I don't know if anyone's had any issues with a short from what appears to be inside the locomotive itself. I took it apart, going to clean it up again, and if I don't hear back from Intermountain for anything else I can test on the motor to verify it, I did check the resistance across the terminals. On the continuity checker on my fluke meter, it'll show as having continuity, but it's really about 11.8 or so ohms across it. Don't claim to be a small motor expert like that, but it's running. It's not shorting, so change direction on it, and I can fire the puppy up and it purrs away. I had it on for 10 minutes last night, you know, each direction. Just trying to see if anything would short out or cause a problem. I realize this isn't the best way to troubleshoot it, but it is powered. It's running. Everything's hooked up right. Everything's the way it should be. And again, I hope I remember it all when I put it back together. And all the lights seem to be working. Say the ditch lights and the horn and the sound. I don't see any real issues with it. But see, I'll dim it and everything. So I'm just curious. I just wanted to kind of document this and maybe throw it up in case anybody else has issues with their Intermountain locomotives. This isn't a real recent one. I've probably had this for about a year or so. But till we got the layout up and running, you know, it ran on the last layout for a little bit. Never was a problem. And I ran it on our new layout for probably, I'll say, I don't know, about 20 minutes or so. I was running around in a consist. I'm trying to break it, locomotives in. You know, running them around now that I have a nice full loop. I can run them. I'll run them for a while forward and reverse, and then we were playing around with different consists, just having some fun, and it started shorting out. It definitely appears that it was a locomotive. So, I don't know. That's just wanted to put it up there. Again, if anyone's smarter than me has any thoughts or suggestions, be glad to hear it. Like I said, I'm probably not going to put the locomotive together right away. Just waiting to see if I might hear back from Intermountain. I do have a bunch of additional turnouts. You see that I kind of got waylaid. That's the next left-hand crossover that was started. I got it ready to go, so I need to get some crossovers built. So I'm going to probably put this aside, wait and see, and then at a little slower time put it back together. It's not like I'm really short on motive power at the moment. So just want to put it up there. I'll talk to Steve. Maybe he can throw this up and we can find out if anyone else, like I said, smarter than us has had this issue, and maybe determine what it was, or maybe Intermountain got back to somebody and kind of explain what was going on. Worst case, I'll put it all back together again carefully, get on the layout, and hope for the best. So that's all for now. We'll probably work on another update, probably a little bit later. I haven't done a whole lot more other than get some things ready. And actually, we've been having a little bit of fun just kind of coming down and running trains, which isn't really getting a lot more done build-wise, but we're having a good time. So more to come, and thanks for watching.